Before I get into my calisthenic transformation, I just want to share a little bit about myself. Growing up, I've always been a skinny and lean kid. Now this gives the opportunity for people to make comments about your weight, and deep down, it does get to you as much as you try and hide it. I never really felt like I fit in anywhere, and I always felt uncomfortable in my own skin as much as I tried to hide it. I was sick of the way I looked and I wanted to change. I joined the gym and I thought this was for me. It helped with my confidence and I saw some good results over time. I did the whole cutting and bulking routines to try get to a place where I was happy with myself. And over time I feel like I made some good progress, but deep down I knew it wasn't for me. Now, I always knew of calisthenics from seeing it online. I always tried to implement some bodyweight movements into my routines, but I had no real clue about it. I just remember trying it for fun and it felt near enough impossible to do, and I didn't know how people did it. This was my first muscle up, actually. I remember at the time it felt like the hardest thing in the world. And as everyone knows, lockdown happened. Now it changed and impacted everyone's lives. I stopped my training, I lost all my motivation, I was in a really bad place with myself, I had no direction, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Now this is the point where I discovered calisthenics properly, and I was doing my research, really trying to expand my knowledge in this sport. I was fascinated. I couldn't stop watching it. I was so inspired and I knew I had to give it a go properly this time. And with this new motivation, I decided to get to work. I didn't let anything limit me, no matter who I was with or where I was. I trained regardless, whether that was in the park, the gym, or at home. Nothing was able to stop me. I was absolutely addicted to the idea of mastering your own body weight and learning skills. I would never let fails stop me. No matter who was watching, I would get back up and try again. I was obsessed with the fact that you could train anywhere you wanted, anytime. I worked on building up my basics. I really worked on all of the fundamentals of calisthenics. I really wanted to build a good base before moving on to any skills. I worked on my pushing, pulling, and core strength, but skills was where I was really drawn to. Once I built the strength up to go for skills, when I started trying, it felt like the hardest thing in the world. I felt so weak and I never felt like I was going to get them. It just felt impossible. The amount of times I wrapped myself around the resistant bands and looked ridiculous in the gym and people would watch, I didn't let that stop me. I carried on going and I knew if I carried on working, I would achieve the desired skills that I wanted to learn. With countless fails and attempts and falls, I didn't let that stop me. I knew it was going to pay off. Eventually, it just all started to click. The skills started to come through. It just became easier. I started to understand the movements more. I really started to get an idea of how it was to master your own body weight. And coming from this, from a year ago, now with the new goal to inspire and show people what they can achieve with hard work in a year, this is it.